Hello everybody, welcome back to Dad's Gaming. This is ZHP 2004. Gonna bring you a little bit of Cycle Division hoppers. The title of this is Car for All Hoppers. It's more about having a car for each type of division of hopper. And you can go about it a few different ways. You've probably seen this car before, the 37 Stradale. With a very colorful Rio paint job, and this car was used in a collision, but more importantly in the hot lap competition that I take part in with the folks over there in the admins at Fast and Clean Racing, and that has really helped me get a lot faster at this game. It's also gotten me the opportunity to tune and drive cars I normally wouldn't use, which I'm finding to be more and more fun as I progress, instead of just sticking with a a certain class lobby, whether it's A class, D class, C, what have you. I actually really like the homologated lobbies, and even more so this, where it's kind of a wild card every time that you start up a new race. So I had a goal for this race, seeing as how we started so far down in the group, and I think we started somewhere around 11th or so. But big key would be one, trying to get a fast lap to move yourself up through the rankings. More importantly, if you can get yourself a clean lap, you'd be surprised how far up you can. Well, I'm not going to get one that way. But if you can get yourself a respectable clean lap, doesn't have to be the fastest time, but you're certainly going to move up through. So we just moved forward here to the end of lap 4, and I still hadn't gotten a clean lap yet. For one reason or another, whether drafting, going up the circuit, maybe cutting the corner a little bit, or whatever. So I'm actually going to just take my time on the last lap here. There's nobody overly close, so we're going to just try to keep it on the track. We'll probably go a little more cautious down through here, so we'll get down, slow down, and around the first corner, third gear, and get up the hill to probably one of the more dangerous corners. During competitions, I can't tell you how many people bashed that wall, but we saw that on the opening lap. So we do have somebody up ahead. I'm not sure if that's a lap car or if that's actually somebody competing for a position. But they're going to be well far enough ahead that it's not going to affect us. We shouldn't get caught up in a draft. There's nobody behind us. So as long as we can make it down through this chicane and the dreaded final turn without too much trouble, we should be okay. So we get through the chicane all right. There's that guy up ahead of us. Again, we're not going to catch him. Just kind of take it easy getting through there. Nice clean. There we go. Nice clean lap. That might have been the fastest lap in the lobby. When it was all said and done. As you can see, there were only 2 guys with clean laps, so that's going to move us up pretty well into the next race, which really, after we selected our car, it blacked out and everybody just started. As you can see here, I was on pole at the Sebring Club, and that chicane, or not chicane, hairpin is death 90% of the time, but we were able to get there fast enough. And again, this was another car I drove. Competition runs weekly, so you can typically get plenty of time behind the wheel of any given vehicle or vehicles in a certain class or hopper. So this was the Holden Monaro or Toronto, one of them. But this was probably the best tune that I found amongst everybody that was running. And I tried tuning this one myself, and it just wasn't going anywhere. So a lot of the racers, they share their tunes. So this worked out pretty good. We're not going to bring the whole race here. I got out to a comfortable lead. You can see on the map there's nobody near me. I was able to get out front, and that's in part to really having the fastest lap in the previous race. Gave me the #1 starting spot, and if you can get out front and get clean air and nobody else around you, you can typically you can run away with a race. You might be in hopper sometimes and you're wondering how the heck do these guys get so far ahead? How are they so fast? And it's not necessarily that their cars are any faster, it's just they're not battling anybody else. I mean, the more you battle, the more you slow down. And I'll show you that here later on in, I think in the last race. I think we're bringing 4 races today. So, but the first 2 races were in one lobby. I think the third race will also be in the same lobby. But we're just gonna, again, finish up here. We got one guy, sort of closing up on us back there, a few hundred feet away. But nothing to worry about. We just run our line and keep it on the track. And again, try to set a good, clean, fast lap. Now we're going to come to Sebring again. Separate layout in the BMW M2. Again, we managed the whole #1 position there, and that's going to help us. We can get off the line. We'll get down here into the first corner, try to get slowed down. Push a little wide, we get a little bit of a challenge on the inside, and that's pretty much the last we're going to see of anybody this entire race. Again, this is another division that we ran, I don't know at what point, but it helps not having to scramble between races. If you run them enough that okay, hey, I'm gonna go to this car, or hey, I'm gonna grab this car, and I find actually when I load in Forza, 8 out of 10 times probably loads in the car that I was gonna run anyway. So we're just gonna jump here to end of the last lap. Again, nobody around. We just keep it down through here. This car really did not like this corner, but we're gonna move on again with another win. And we're gonna shift gears here. I took a break for a while, and then a couple hours later, I hopped back on and got into another lobby here. And this was a good race that was coming up, and in the Ferrari F40. So we have the F40s, the F50s, Lamborghini, Countach, the McLarens. So we're going to see, we're starting near the back. I think we originally were 12th, 13th, somewhere back there. So not the best starting position. We're going to have to contend with all this traffic. And we just, try to work our way up through here, trying to be patient. You can only be so patient, but you don't want to just be pushing people out of the way. I had that in a race at Long Beach that I didn't capture, but I just was driven through and pushed down the backstretch. But we're just going to try to work our way through here, through the traffic. And we have somebody that just kind of just goes wide, and up to 7th, where I guess we'll call it halfway through the first lap, and we're halfway through the field. So in theory, at that rate, we should be leading by the end of the first lap. Well, we know that's not going to happen. But so we're running the Suzuka alternate. So that means that we have a chicane coming up here, and we will have the alternate chicane at the end. There we go. 2 guys got bottled up there. We get past them. And we have a Ferrari F50 here in front of us. So, generation battle of the Ferraris, the F40 versus the F50. And we'll see how this is going to pan out by the end of the first lap. So we get out of Spoon pretty good, and I definitely have the straight line speed on him, and we'll get by fairly easily, but I have a feeling he probably has way more grip in the corners. So I kind of go cautious there, and he manages right up on my bumper, and to probably my most hated chicane in the game. And there's quite a few that I hate, but I just totally botched that. And the guy that was, I guess in second, just missed a chicane himself. And so we're up to third. Nothing else happened the entire second lap. I pretty much just followed this guy around the entire lap. Again, just seeing where's his car better, where am I better? Well, obviously I was better on the straightaways. So, and getting out of the corner, my acceleration was better. But he pretty much had me through each and every corner. So I figure I just need to keep as close as possible, and either hope that slips, misses a braking point, goes wide, something, or else I know we're going to get to the back stretch and I'm going to pull on him, but would I be able to hold it going down into that chicane that I so much very dislike. So we're going to get the cut back here and try to beat him to the first chicane. Not going to work. I'll jump on the brakes and get two wheels on the grass, slows us up, but then in all reality it gave me a good run up out of that corner. And I'm going to use a little more grass here. We'll get past him, just give ourselves enough room down in the Spoon, and this is probably the worst approach and corner you'll ever see anybody taking Spoon. Just wide in the wrong gear, and yeah, that was a mess. So we're going to get down this back straight, I guess we'll call it, and down to the 130 oil. Get on the brakes, just keep it together, try and keep it on the track. Now, there was no clean lap this race, but we're going to get down to the chicane here. Just try to keep the car in one piece. I get all the way down the first just to get it slowed down. I still go semi-wide, but we're going to hold on to it, and somehow I totally missed where the track was. Fortunately, I didn't run into the barrier. But we're going to come home in a second, and that's going to do it for this video, guys. So I appreciate everybody watching. If there's something you want to see, like, subscribe, send me a message, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye-bye.